All right, what's going on, you guys? Today's gonna be kind of a short video, right to the point. There's two things I want to talk about. Number one is saving money. Kind of told you my plan, and I kind of came up with a plan for you guys as well. I just want to give some encouragement on that, but also I'm a little nervous, and I'm usually not nervous about stuff, but today I am. I am making my very first investment, and I told you guys I take my time. I'm very careful about what I invest in. You don't want to rush that. It could take years before you determine what you want to do. So I have a very significant amount of money that I'm going to put into an investment idea, and I just kind of want to explain it. I'm not going to give you all the details, but just kind of explain it, what I'm doing. So that's what's making me a little nervous. So anytime you invest money, you never know what the future holds. So that's what we're doing today. So right now I'm actually going to pick up a catering order, and then after that, I'll get into the video. All right, guys, I just picked up from Velvet Taco. Been here many times, and this is it. This is the whole order. So very, very small order, but high paying. All right, it's only it's just down the street, probably about 10 minutes away. So I'm gonna just knock this out, and then we'll get into what the video is about. All right, guys, been to this building before. Going up to the third floor. If you guys remember, this is the place I went to where they ordered so much stuff that I had to make 2 trips. And I had to close it, close the job out early. If I find the video, I'll show you. So anyways, that's where I'm going. I'm gonna knock this out real quick, and then I gotta go meet with someone regarding my investment, and then that'll be it. We'll bring the video to a close. All right, guys, just finished that delivery. Very easy, no setup needed. I just walked right off the elevator and put the food on the cart for them, and on my way. So I don't know if my dash cam is working. I've been having problems with it. I think it has an issue with the SD card reader, so I had to put an SD card in that only holds like 8 gigabytes. I had a 128 gigabyte one, and for some reason it's not working, so that's not a lot of memory. So I don't know if I'll have video, but anyways, you guys know how I do these. All right, man, so let me go meet with my investment partner, and then I'll give you a little bit of info, and that'll be it. All right, guys, it's done. I have officially made my first investment. I am officially an investor. So I'll give you a little bit of details about it. Like I said, I'm nervous, but the nervousness went away. I'm very happy with the decision I made. I think it's going to be great. I think it's the beginning of something great. So ultimately, the goal is to build wealth and passive income. You want income, you want money coming in while you're sleeping. That's the ultimate goal. Obviously, I can't do this the rest of my life, right? I do a lot of labor jobs. You need to figure out how to make money, make your money go to work for you, not you physically working. So anyways, I'll give you more info in just a little bit. You guys know, I told you I'm gonna make some type of investment this year. And I have a lot of ideas, and there's 2 different types of investments that I'm interested in. One is something that I can invest in that will take some of my time, but it's worth my time because it's gonna make a lot of money at once. And an example of that is a game truck or a game trailer. I'm sure you've seen those before, something like that, where you have a pickup truck, you pull the trailer and it has a bunch of video games in there, and people could rent them for like birthday parties, stuff like that. Something similar to that, something that I could take somewhere and make a lot of money so it's worth my time. Or I could hire someone to run it and just kind of make a profit off of it. That is one idea, something similar to that. But then also you have things that you can make money off of passively, where you just set it up and it makes the money for you. So like a car wash is an example, a self-service car wash, a vending machine, something you set up one time. You may have to restock it, obviously, but it doesn't take my time. People use it, I don't have to be there. So those are kind of like the investment ideas I'm running through. I'm not gonna give you all my ideas. I'm actually gonna save that for a different video, but I finally made a decision and I decided to move forward with this one. So this has been on my mind for at least 2 years. I've been contemplating my first investment, and my first investment, I want it to work. I want it to be something that's not too expensive. It doesn't have to be super cheap, but I wanted to spend, I'm not going to spend $100,000 on my first investment. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So I want it to be something that's affordable, but can actually generate some income. And then the money I make off of that, I'll escalate to a bigger investment. That's the plan. So anyways, I'm going to end with what my investment is. But first, I just want to quickly go over my savings plan, right? So I told you guys in this video, I have a savings plan, and I came up with this idea from reading the Bible, from the story of Joseph. Okay, that's what gave me the idea. And it's to inspire you. It's actually not for me, because I already have a savings account. I know how to save. I'm very good at saving money, not spending a lot of money and saving money. I'm good at that. I learned that from my parents, from my dad. So that's a skill that was taught to me, and I kind of inherited, his financial mind. And so I'm good at saving already. But I know there's a lot of people that watch my channel that are not good at saving. You've tried to save and you just can't. And so this is not for experienced people. It's not for people that say, oh, put it in a high yield savings account or put it in the stock market, whatever. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about basic 101 training, just disciplining yourself mentally and then physically to actually do it. So in your mind, you come up with a number. I'm going to save X amount of money every week, every month, whatever, and you stick to it. That's what this is. Okay, you got to crawl before you walk. This is not for experienced people. Okay, regardless of whether you put your money in a high yield savings account or whatever you do, it's the principle. Okay, it's going to work no matter what. Okay, if you put money in a savings account every week, it's going to grow. There's no arguing that. Okay, it's going to grow. The problem is a lot of people don't have the discipline to do it. So that's what this is. And I'm trying to encourage people that have trouble saving. This is why I came up with this. So Joseph had to follow what God told him. God told him not only to save, but how much to save. He actually gave him the percentage based on the situation that he was in. We're not copying that. It doesn't have to be 20%. It doesn't have to be 10. It doesn't have to be 5. Whatever you can afford. We're following the principle. The principle is what we're following. And so just by saving whatever the amount is and you stick to it, like Joseph couldn't take a week off or take a month off and not save. He had to do it consistently. That's what we're following, that formula that God gave him. We're going to apply that to our savings account. And so you're going to take whatever percentage. Mine is 10%. I take 10% of the money I make every week and I put it in a savings account. It's not a high yield savings account. It's just a regular savings account. It's to teach you discipline. Once you show yourself that you can actually save, then you can graduate to putting that money into a high yield account or some type of investment account or whatever. But let's crawl before we walk. Okay, that's what this is for. So I just want to encourage you guys. I started on January 15th. I opened up a savings account under my USAA bank account. Okay, I think you only need like $5 to start it. I had $100. I put $100 in there to start. Okay, so this is from January 15th to where we're at now. This is late March. Okay, I've been doing this every single week since January 15th. I put $120 in this account. This is where my money's at right now. Okay, I'm just showing you this to encourage you and show you that this money is going to grow. If you stick to it, just do it. Automatic. If you got to do automatic transfer, whatever you need to do. If you can't afford 10%, do 5, whatever you could do, but just do it and your money's going to grow. Okay, once you show yourself that you can actually save money, or you can cut back on whatever, you need to cut back on Netflix or whatever it is. Once you see the growth and you see that, man, if I actually just do this, the money's going to grow, right? I'm going to build wealth. Then you can graduate to putting that money into a high yield account. Now, here's my thing. This is faith-based. So I'm following God's formula, and God can do whatever he wants. So in most high yield accounts are going to give you 3, 4, maybe 5%. Not much higher than that. Okay, that's not a whole lot of money, but that's a little extra change, right? That money, you're kind of helping it grow. What you can do instead of doing that is run your business faith-based. Okay, and do the 10%, 20%, whatever it is. And there's going to be some weeks or months where you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make way more money than you normally do. Take a little bit extra and put it in there. Maybe double it every once in a while. That's no different than a high yield savings account. If I make like $2,000 in 1 week or $2,500 in 1 week, let's double it. Okay, I'm not going to do 120. I'm going to do 240, right? Every now and then. That's no different than a high yield account. Okay, so add to it as God blesses you, basically. Don't rely on the interest or, you know, a high yield savings account. Just follow the recipe and do it. Okay, and if God blesses you with more money than you normally make, put a little extra in there. You'll probably make more doing that than relying on the high yield account. Okay, so anyway, I just want to encourage you guys. I hope you're doing it. If you're not doing it, that's fine. But again, this is for people that have trouble saving. You have trouble saving money. These are for people that have $1,000 in their savings account and can't get past that. That's who this is for. Okay, so anyways, I'm doing it with you. I have a savings account. I have quite a bit of money saved up already, but I'm doing this for you. I started this savings account. I'm doing it along with you. Started January 15th. Okay, I'm gonna do it for 3.5 years. We're gonna see where we're at, and if the Lord says the same, I'm gonna continue doing it. Okay, so I just want to clarify that. Now let's get to the investment. What I decided to do: no vending machine, no taco truck, no gaming truck, nothing like that. What I decided to do is take some of the money I saved. I have a significant amount of money saved just for investment, and I partnered with a friend. And this person, she's a real estate agent, and she's an expert in the real estate field. And I mean an expert. I mean, she goes to all the training seminars. She's been doing this investment for over 15 years. Very, very experienced. Okay, I'm not gonna go into details of that. Okay, we met through our kids. Our kids were friends, and that's how we met. And so we've known her for almost 3 years now. And I know that she's in real estate, but never knew the details of what she does. She knows I do deliveries, never knew the details of what I do. So this is how it works. I know that she has a lot of money. She doesn't live beyond her means. They drive a regular car, nothing expensive. They don't spend a lot of money. They didn't buy a 2-story, 5,000 square foot house, even though they can afford it. They live in a regular house, I think single-story house. They live very modestly. They're preparing for retirement. They're preparing so that they'll have residual income, okay? Nonstop money coming in. They can retire and not even think about working ever again. So that's why they live within their means. So you would never know that she has the money she has. Here's how it went down, just real quick. I know she's in real estate. That's all I know. I know she sells houses and stuff. And so I know that she also has a lot of money. And the reason I know that is because every now and then she'll mention, hey, I have to go to, out of state to take care of one of my Airbnbs or something like that, right? So I'm like, okay, she's obviously invested in properties. So a couple weeks ago, I decided to text her. I just sent her a text and I said, hey, I got some money saved up. I'm trying to invest. I'm really trying to be careful about what I invest in. I really don't want to invest in something that I have to, sorry, my phone going on. I really don't want to invest in something that I have to spend a lot of money up front, or it's something that I'm not sure it's going to work. It might work, it might not. I want something that is like guaranteed to work. Like I'm going to put my money in it and I'm going to get some money back, right? I'm going to get my money back and some. That's all I want. Nothing crazy. So anyways, I text her and just kind of let her know, like, hey, I know you're in real estate. I know you sell property, whatever. I'm trying to learn about that. Like I feel comfortable investing in real estate because I know that that's like pretty much guaranteed to work, right? Like you kind of can't go wrong with real estate. And I just kind of sent her a message like, I would love to just kind of pick your brain, whatever information you can give me just to help me get started. I really appreciate it. And she did. She called me and she explained kind of what she does. She's like, yeah, I sell homes and we have a couple rental properties. And she kind of explained the best way to buy a house. She even told me that I could move out of my house and live in a house, like buy a house, live in it, because that's going to lower the interest rate. And just live in it for a year. After a year, you can move back out and just rent my house. And, she gave me all kind of ideas and stuff like that. And so I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do my research. And so I'm taking a long story, trying to make it as short as I can. So after a couple of days, she kind of checked on me and said, how's it going with your research? And I kind of showed her that I actually am doing research. Like I'm actually researching different ways to invest. And I think what happened, and I'm just guessing, I'm thinking that she talked to her husband. And I think she's like, you know what? I think this guy's serious. We like them. We already like them. We're cool. We're friends. But I think we need to bring them on. I think he's serious because she's not going to do business with someone that's not serious. And so that's what I think happened. So a couple of days later, she called me, or she texted me. She said, I think I might have a business idea for you, an investment idea. And that's where it started. So she invited us over to the house. She explained everything. Took about 3 hours. I got the full breakdown. And basically, long story short, this is exactly what happens. So you ever heard of rich people say use other people's money to make money? Like you can buy a house with other people's money and all that stuff. I've heard that all the time. I hear people say that. This is what she does. So she works with investors, okay? I am an investor. I'm looking to invest my money, okay? What she does, and I'm not gonna give the whole breakdown of it, but just to give you a general idea. She flips homes. She flips homes, but that's not the only thing she does. She has Airbnbs, all that stuff, but this is what I'm invested in. I'm invested in flipping homes. Now here's the thing. I don't want to flip a house. I don't want to do all the work of flipping a house. I just want to give you my money, you do your thing, and I get a return. That's it. That's all I want to do, okay? And so this is exactly what happened. And this is so awesome. So I'm an investor. I'm investing $50,000, okay? And we have a contract and everything. Not gonna get into that. I'm investing $50,000. And she's using money from investors to flip a house. I am guaranteed a 10% return, okay? That is a very high return. So she can flip a house between 30 days and up to 9 months, depending on how big the project is. But this is the same year. So I could get, it could happen within 6 months. You never know, 6 to 9 months. I was 1,000% on board because she not only proved to me that she knows what she's doing, I saw the work. I saw the work. I saw how everything works. And so it's very difficult to trust even family members with that amount of money. But she is so squared away. I could not resist. I said, I gotta do this. I gotta do it. I prayed on it and we did it. We did it today. We got the contract notarized. She got the money. I am now officially an investor. I'm invested in a house flipping project, okay? So she's flipping a foreclosed house. I'm getting 10% return, which is a great return because like I said, high yield accounts, typically you'll get 3, 4, maybe 5%. 10% return is excellent, especially in less than a year. So that's what I'm invested in right now. This is baby step. This is my very first investment. So I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about the project. And the great thing about it, and I'm gonna end with this, is I get to be a part of it. I get to see what it looks like before and after. I get to see all the work that goes into it. So she'll have multiple investors. It could be me and maybe 2 other people. I don't know. It depends on how much she needs. But this is what I'm talking about. She can use other people's money to do the project. And I don't have to do anything. So what I am, I'm called a silent investor. That's what I am. I'm just giving the money. You do all the work. I don't have to do anything. And just wait for my return. That's the way I want it to be. I don't have to do anything at all. So I'll get involved as much as I can. But I do want to stay out the way. I don't want to get in her way, slow her down. I'm very excited though. And the special thing about this is that she did not have to bring me on. She has investors. She has plenty of investors. In fact, she has a family member that's a multimillionaire that invests. So she doesn't need my money. She doesn't need my business. And she brought me on board because of the hunger. She likes us. She thinks I'm a good person. And I think that when she realized how serious I was, and I'm not just talking, and I can actually provide that type of money, she's like, let's help him, you know? So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm so glad she chose me and allowed me to be a part of this project. And it's special to be able to take a house that's unlivable and make it livable so someone will live in that house. And you can say, man, I helped make that happen. That's awesome. So anyways, I'm excited. The way I look at it is I had $50,000, right? I had more than that, but I had $50,000 ready to invest. And I'm like, it's just sitting. It's in the bank, just sitting. So why not give it to someone that can help it grow and for a good cause? And so that's how I look at it. It's like, instead of that money just sitting there, it's at work. That money is going to work now. It's working for me in my sleep, and it's going to give me a return. And so this is the first project. I hope there's many more, but I just want to share that. That's my very first investment. I'm excited. Everything so far, all my goals, I'm checking them off. All right, I have goals for every year. I'm checking them off one by one. So thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Just want to share that. I'll give more details later, but I'm excited. So that's it for now. This video is too long. Have a good one. I will catch y'all on the next one.